We're going to keep tagging along. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. And you know what? If we're there at the end and we're in position, so be it. If not, I think I can say with some confidence that all of us in here are going to lay it out there until the end.
And that's what the A's did last night behind the bats that awoke early. To Gabe Gross's spectacular catch down the right field line. To Dallas Braden tossing 8 spectacular innings to shut down the potent Rangers lineup. These kids are not ready to go home just yet, and they know what it'll take to keep their hopes alive. Tonight, in the biggest game of his career, Bobby Kramer will look to keep the pressure on the Rangers. The A's look to keep the dreams alive. Stay tuned. Game 2, A's-Rangers, next. A's fans are fired up. They are ready to go. A's are 7 back with 10 to play. They are still alive, and they are keeping it interesting in the AL West. And the A's looking for a hero tonight. Will it be Chris Carter? Will it be Bobby Kramer? We'll take anybody. And a W over the Rangers. A's won last night. They'll try to make it 2 in a row tonight. It's the Texas Rangers and the Oakland A's coming up on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball, along with Ray Fosse. I'm Glenn Kuiper. Well, the Bobby Kramer story, great story. We all know it. Forget about the story tonight. He needs to pitch well because now it's just his 3rd Major League start. He's right in the middle of the action.
It has helped that he's pitched against the Kansas City Royals and the Minnesota Twins. Major League debut in Kansas City, a day game. A beautiful Monday afternoon. He had a great curveball working, stayed with his catcher, Kurt Suzuki. He had the curve working a lot, and he'll need to continue that tonight. Against the Minnesota Twins, full house at Target Field. Again, the curveball working very well for him. Picked up another win. Tonight, however, is a night game, of course. He has won in the daytime. Let's see if he can do it under the lights tonight here against the Texas Rangers.
Well, we are certainly excited about what we have seen from Chris Carter the last week, Ray. Looks like he's starting to get more comfortable, laying off the breaking balls, and now doing some damage when he gets a pitch to hit.
0 for 33. That ended with a base hit against the Chicago White Sox. And then how about his first Major League home run? Edwin Jackson, a 3-2 fastball, down and in. Remember, Jackson pitched a no-hitter earlier this season with the Diamondbacks against the Tampa Bay Rays. And then last night, another fastball on the inside part of the plate, turned to left field. You can see the confidence this young man. He had a sac fly against Cliff Lee to right center. He looks a lot more comfortable. Great to see him swinging the bat the way he is right now.
And the A's playing free and easy. Hey, what do they got to lose? It's Rangers. Well, they are struggling, and their great offense is really struggling. So the A's hope that continues throughout the weekend. We'll have lineups at first pitch from the Coliseum. It's the A's and the Rangers. AL West battle coming up.
you by AT&T. Find out what's possible with the nation's fastest mobile broadband network. AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Corona. Relax and refresh with Corona and Lime.
Welcome back to the Coliseum. The A's have taken the field. So we are just moments away from getting game 2 of this 4-game series underway. And the final night game of the season, the home season, and Mother Nature treating us awfully nice tonight. Game time weather brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Admission is free. The boardwalk is open this weekend. It's a very warm 76 degrees. So a heat wave coming through the Bay Area, it sounds like, throughout the weekend and into next week. So a nice night for baseball. And let's look at the Texas Rangers lineup tonight. Andrus, the shortstop, Young, the third baseman, then it's Cruz in left, Guerrero, the DH, Kinsler at second, Francoeur in right, Cantu at first, Molina behind the plate tonight, and Julio Borbon in center field. A's starting defense is brought to you by Black Diamond Brewing Company, Carter, Gross, Hermida. That is the outfield. Iwamura, Pennington, Ellis, Barton around the infield. Suzuki is the catcher, and Bobby Kramer is the pitcher.
And then the numbers for Kramer, his third major league start, age 30. And what a story, and he'd like to continue tonight. He would have his start, and then he'll start in Anaheim, and he already has ticket requests that it just mean that he's not going to get a very big check, because the number of tickets he's going to leave, family, friends, it's where he grew up. And, of course, he'd like to have a great one tonight leading into his final start, which will be in Anaheim.
7:07 first pitch. The A's and the Rangers as Elvis Andrus steps in. Down around the knees first strike. Andrus hitting .267 with no homers and 35 runs batted in. So the numbers, the Rangers a magic number of 4. The A's 7 back with 10 to play. There's a shot on the ground to Mark Ellis, who has it on the first, and Andrus is retired. With the A's 7 back, Angels 9 back. The difference right now, the Rangers have lost 4 out of 5. The A's have won 4 out of 5. So that has allowed the A's to pick up a couple of games in that stretch. Rangers have not played well on this 10-game trip that they are on. They are 2-5 on the 10-game trip.
I think you could almost figure that the Rangers feel it's eventually going to happen, just a matter of when. And whether there's panic, probably not. They've got a big enough lead.
For the first, and Barton with the stretch, stays on the bag. Iwamura with a nice play, 2 outs.
Yeah, Dallas Braden was outstanding. The curveball, the changeup, fastballs. He just mixed his pitches so well. How about a defensive play? He did it himself, and Gabe Gross made a great play in right field, found territory, but he just had it working, and I think he could have pitched the 9th inning at 114 pitches, but just one of those 17 innings, his last 2 starts against the Rangers, total of 5 hits, no runs. Outstanding for Dallas Braden. Got to the 10-win mark, and I asked him tonight, what does that mean? He said, kind of validates. I believe I can pitch at this level. I think we knew he could pitch here. Pitch a perfect game and pitch the way he has, considering the injuries he's had in his young career. He definitely belongs in the big leagues, and he's one of the great starters the A's have right now.
2-0 to Nelson Cruz. Cruz had a base hit in the first inning of last night's game, and that was the only hit they had.
And that was off the end of the bat. It was after it started to count 0-2. Got it to 3-2, a 9-pitch at bat, and he snuck one up the middle. Nobody thought in the first inning that that was going to be it, but it was, because of the great pitching by Dallas Braden.
Cruz gets jammed, a little pop-up, and Mark Ellis takes care of it. Side retired. It's a good first inning for Dallas Braden. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. the Athletics lineup. It's Ellis, Barton, Suzuki, Cust, Gross, Carter, Iwamura, Hermida, and Pennington. And defensively for the Texas Rangers, Cruz, Borbone, Francoeur in the outfield, Young, Andrus, Kinsler, Cantu on the infield. It's Benji Molina behind the plate tonight, and Tommy Hunter with a very fine 12-4 record, making his 21st start.
One of those 12 wins against the Athletics this year, and 3-0 career against the A's. Of course, that start and win came in Arlington, where he started that game 6-0 at home this year. Thing about Hunter, he is not really overpowering, upper 80s with his fastball, but he throws a lot of curves. And in this start, 7 2/3 innings against the Athletics, he featured his curveball, even ahead in the game as he was. Didn't just rely on his fastball.
Big bouncer to Michael Young, who throws in time to get Ellis. So one out here in the first, and that'll bring up Derek Barton. So Tommy Hunter is 24 years old, and as you can see, he is a big boy. 6'3", 280 pounds, according to the media guy. He was a sandwich pick between the first and second round for the Rangers back in 2003. 54th player taken in that draft. He made 19 starts last year and went 9-6. Had some injury problems early in this year.
Val Davis was in town and might be trying to sign him up for his Raiders.
Big boy.
He is big.
He made his first big league start this year on the 5th of June. He got hurt in spring training. It was an oblique strain. He was warming up in the bullpen before a spring training start right in the middle of March, and tweaked it and was out for quite a while.
That curveball he just threw to Barton is his specialty pitch. Game that he pitched against the Athletics August the 27th, game in which Brett Anderson pitched. That was this Friday night.
Elvis Sanders handles the in-between hop, and he throws to first, just gets Barton.
That was the game that ended the A's consecutive 18 consecutive games of the starters going 6 innings, 3 earned runs. Brett Anderson didn't just make it out of the second inning. The Rangers scored 3 in the first inning for Tommy Hunter. And that was about all he needed. On Washington, again, back home or back in the area where he spent 11 years as the coach for the Athletics, now managing the Rangers, who they hope will play in postseason for the first time in a long time.
Fastball on the outside corner to Kurt Suzuki, 0-1. 247 for Suzuki with 12 homers, 67 runs batted in. Kurt was 1 for 3 with a double and a walk and a run scored last night. I would say the Texas Rangers need that man back in the lineup.
And I think he needs himself to get back in the lineup. And I was thinking about postseason as well, and he has not played in a long time. I'd like to get some action before they, as they feel, will get to postseason.
Well, you would think he's been out. You saw 18 games. You probably need to play 2 or 3, wouldn't you think?
Well, he's hopeful to play the last 3 of the season. That would be in Texas, Arlington against the Angels, starting a week from tonight. A 4-game series to close out the season against the Angels at home.
Big bouncer to Kinsler, and both pitchers have 3 up, 3 down first inning. On to the second, no score.
far. Check out our Keys to the Game brought to you by Toyota. Again, once again, no Texas clinch here. Helped last night in beating the Rangers at Cliff Lee. Coliseum under the lights one more time, and for the first time, Bobby Kramer's on the lights. He's trying to make it 3-0. 2 day game starts. Kansas City, Minnesota, his Coliseum debut. Nighttime debut, Major League level. 1-2-3 first inning, couple of ground ball outs. Nice play by his third baseman. On a slow hit ball by Michael Young for the second out.
Vladimir Guerrero, first pitch, rips one to right center field, and it is gone. It just kept carrying, and that's number 28 for Vladimir Guerrero.
Now Bobby Kramer's got to realize that strike zone for this man there is none. And that pitch is supposed to be inside. He liked to work him inside. It was outside. Got a chance to extend his arms and listen to the result. Right center and gone. Tomorrow brought to you by the Evergood Sausage Company, and there's the powerful swing of Vladimir Guerrero. Many years, National League and American League, and he never gets cheated.
No, he does not.
4 runs that Kramer has given up, all 4 on home runs. Solos.
Kinsler hits one to right center, and Hermida races over there to make the catch.
But it's one thing to throw strikes. It's another with certain hitters to not, at least, not anywhere where they can reach them.
There's the career home run total, 435. 22 of those have come against the Oakland A's in his career. Quite a comeback year for Guerrero. Now 28 homers, 108 runs batted in. So 1-0 Texas. Jeff Francoeur, the hitter, and he bounces one to third. Ewan Merritt charges and throws out Francoeur.
The Rangers, an aggressive hitting club, but tonight they're really aggressive. They're swinging early. In this inning, 4 pitches total and 2 outs and a home run. And you're a little bit easier chance than he had with Michael Young, but handles this one as well.
Here's Jorge Cantu. Pitches outside. Got to apologize. First inning, I called Bobby Kramer Bobby Crosby. What am I thinking? I felt bad about it.
You played with him in college.
I felt bad about it.
Matter of fact, he changed his name from Bobby to Bob because Bobby Crosby was there.
That's my excuse right there.
That's it.
So I apologize to the Kramer family.
Well, they're all in Anaheim. Yeah. Probably watching.
I hope they forgive me.
Oh, they get to see him firsthand next week. Next Wednesday, when he'll be starting against the Angels, and he told me he already has a number of tickets that he's leaving for each of the 3 games in Anaheim.
So today's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So he would get the day game on Wednesday.
Wednesday, yep. Previous jobs: pipeline maintenance substitute teacher. Not many Major League pitchers can put that on the resume, that we will show anyway, highlighting their career.
And now pitching in a must-win game in the big leagues in the second to the last weekend of the season. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Cantu strikes out. But a leadoff home run by Vladimir Guerrero, and the Rangers lead 1-0.
set of A's baseball cards from Topps. That's always a good giveaway. Saturday baseball and Topps baseball cards. Your Oakland Athletics. Your ticket now. Call 877-493-BALL to order online. OaklandAthletics.com. Bigger crowd tonight to watch the second game of the series. A series that started on Thursday, a 4-game series, so it's a little difficult to think that second game and it's not a Saturday, but that will be the third game tomorrow.
Jack Cust to lead it off. It'll be Cust, Gross, and Carter here in the bottom of the second. A Guerrero home run, and the Rangers leading 1-0. Good swing there by Cust. He got a fastball up and out over the plate. Cust was 1 for 4 last night. He had an RBI single. Struck out a couple of times. Hunter got 3 ground ball outs. 1 to third, 1 to short, 1 to second in the first inning.
Tommy Hunter's an example of a pitcher who not really overpowering. He does have a very good curveball. 4 very good pitches: fastball, curve, slider, changeup. The slider acts like a cutter, a sharp breaker, but pitcher mixes his pitches well. Mike Maddox is pitching coach, brother of future Hall of Famer Greg Maddox. I'm sure he's heard that a few times, but a pitcher in his own right and very good pitching coach. Pitched 15 seasons with 9 teams, but an excellent pitching coach brought from the Brewers by the Rangers. And Nolan Ryan, new owner, president, got him to come to Texas.
Strike 3 call with a fastball.
It's that pitch. Look out.
So with 1 out, Gabe Gross steps in. How about his play last night?
Well, if he's going to make that play tonight, he's got a long run because he's in center. Dallas Braden liked it. That was a great shot of Dallas waiting for him around the pitcher's mound. And as Gabe told us following the game, usually pitchers are appreciative of plays like that, and yes, they are.
First pitch to Gross is a bit high.
I think they're more appreciative of run support.
Yeah, I agree. Third straight start for Gabe Gross. Getting some late season at bats. And he drives that one left field. Cruz back, still going back, and he makes the catch. Well struck ball by Gabe Gross, but Cruz runs it down.
Batting in the 6th position.
So 2 outs for Chris Carter.
Number 22, Chris Carter.
Gabe got the fastball a little bit up and a good job, but I don't know if Cruz just picks a spot and plays everybody in the same spot, but that ball slicing away from him, able to track it down.
First pitch to Carter. Fastball and a good swing by Carter. Fouls it straight back. One for 2 with the sacrifice fly last night for Carter. Looks like we're seeing Chris Carter, the more at bats he gets, he's laying off pitches a little bit better. This one's popped up foul. Good swing there as well.
Well, he's big and strong enough that he starts his swing, and if he can recognize the pitch out of the strike zone, then he can't hold up his swing, or definitely when he makes good contact, the ball will travel. Somebody wants to take a picture of his next home run.
That one's hit hard, fair, down the left field line. Ball rattles around. Cruz has trouble picking it up. He finally does pick it up, and Chris Carter has a 2-out double. So that was kind of a flat breaking ball or a slider or something, and Carter waited on it, and he hit it hard.
Well, the impressive thing about this swing is the fact that it was a breaking ball, but that Henry Aaron tack swing where he got out on the front foot and just dropped the head of the bat, the hammer, just inside the line fair. But the Edwin Jackson, the first major league home run, watch the hips open right here. Oh, that's a great shot. We saw Vladimir Guerrero, the hips open, the shot to right center. Chris Carter, excellent swing. Clear the hips, get the bat head through the zone, and let it go.
So here's Iwamura, chance to tie up the game here in the bottom of the second.
When Chris Carter hit the inside fastball 3-2 off Edwin Jackson, his first major league home run. That was a mid-90s fastball that he just waited and just let the bat head do the work.
Iwamura hitting in the 7th spot. Breaking ball, and there's that big curveball from Hunter, and Iwamura way out in front. So it's 0-2.
Nolan Ryan, the Hall of Famer, had a pretty good hook himself.
Yep.
A very good hook, but he also had a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Hunter doesn't have that, but a very good 12-6 curveball.
So 0-2 to Iwamura. And there's that breaking ball again, and Iwamura chases it. Side retired. So Carter with a 2-out double, and he is stranded. 1-0 Rangers after 2. Rangers with a 1-0 lead over the A's. Benji Molina to lead it off. He'll be followed by Julio Bourbon and Elvis Andrus here in the top of the 3rd. Vladimir Guerrero's home run in the 2nd, the only run. It was Taylor Teagarden, the catcher, last night. Molina tonight. If the Rangers were to make it to postseason, I don't know who their starting catcher would be. It's really been back and forth. But Benji Molina has a line single to center field. Bloomberg Sports, the leader in data analysis, has developed an analytical product being used by baseball clubs. There's also a product for fans. Improve your fantasy play or track your favorite players and teams. Go to BloombergSports.com for details. So Molina, the leadoff hitter, aboard, and here's Bourbon. David Murphy was the center fielder last night. Bourbon is out there tonight.
The Rangers will see 3 lefties in this series. And Washington with his complement of lefties. Of course, if Josh Hamilton was available, he would be playing against all of them. with Cruz, and just see who they move around Francoeur again tonight. Gio tomorrow night. Trevor Cahill Sunday.
0-2 pitch, strike 3 called right at the knees. So Bobby Kramer gets his second strikeout.
3 very, very good pitches, a couple of breaking balls, and then just nailed the outside corner. A's infielders, and there's Tommy Cam showing the pitch right on the corner. Brian Knight, the home plate umpire, bringing him up. The infielders thinking bunt, especially lefty on lefty. So one of the reasons they didn't was Benji Molina was a runner at first.
Yeah, you're going to need a bunch of hits to get Benji around anyway.
Unless you want to sacrifice, throw him out at second, and you put Bourbon at first. You get a little bit more speed. A lot more speed, actually.
Good pitch right there by Kramer, right on the inside corner. So the count is 1-1. Elvis Andrus bounced out to Ellis, leading off the ball game. Here's that big breaking ball, but it drops inside. 2-1. On deck, Michael Young. And the Rangers, 5th most runs scored in the American League, but that's not the story right now. The story right now is they are struggling offensively. The run tonight, let's include that. They've scored 8 runs in the last 6 games.
It's a good curveball, and where Kurt Suzuki caught it, it was after it crossed the plate, and that's the most important positioning for the umpire, where it crosses plate, not where the catcher catches it.
That's a base hit to left field. Kind of a jam shot, but Andrus had enough to get it through the infield. So 2 on and 1 out for the always tough Michael Young. So that's on this road trip.
Michael Young.
So just 2 runs per game on the trip. Now you can say, well, you know, they're without Josh Hamilton, but they still have a lot of good players in that lineup. But if you look at their notes on their hitting, a lot of guys are 4 for their last 25, 3 for their last 20. So as a group, they're struggling.
But unfortunately, you're facing them. You figure they have the opportunity or can break out, and just hope it's not going to happen in a weekend series when you're playing them.
Yep.
But the A's pitching has been good. They're seeing Kramer for the first time tonight. They probably have someone similar, but not as good as Adam Roden, to show them what Bobby Kramer can do.
Michael Young, I'm sorry, Ray.
There's only one Adam Roden. You know that.
Tell me about it.
Kramer using a lot of breaking pitch, a lot of curveballs, and the right-handers breaking inside, and that's where Andrus got his with 2 strikes with the ball in left field.
There's a strike count, 2-0.
Watch Michael Young open, but yet when he opens like that, he'll shoot a ball in the outside part of the plate to right field. She thought that was a little bit off the plate. Tommy Cam showed it was on the corner.
And now it's 2-2. Michael Young, one of those struggling hitters. 1 for his last 17 and 4 for his last 29.
Now the most important thing for a pitcher facing this club, and Kramer's given up 1 run, a home run, but just try to keep them close. Stay close and take your chances and hope that's all the runs they do score.
Bouncer off the mound. Kramer looked to second, but nobody was there covering. So he's turned around and got the out at first, but they would have had a chance at a double play. But when he turned around, neither of the middle infielders were near second base.
Mark Ellis was behind second. He was the closest to it. Watch the top of your screen. Mark Ellis goes over, but it's almost like he thought it was going to be Pennington covering. But it's the middle infielders making the call to the pitcher who will be covering. And when Bobby Kramer looked back, the smart thing that he did, realized that nobody was there, did not want to take a chance and come up and just fire it, and got the out at first.
So there are 2 outs. The runners are now at second and third for Nelson Cruz, who popped out in the first inning. Kramer from the windup, and he throws high. That's Jerry Davis. He is the crew chief down at first. Brian Knight is calling balls and strikes.
Cruz at the open stance and then closes up quickly. Very strong. Watch the front foot after he opens up. Thing about Benji Molina third, it affords the starting pitcher or the pitcher to pitch out of the windup, not worry about a stolen base threat. Benji's good, but speed is not one of his assets.
There's a liner, foul down the right field line. So the count 2-2 to Nelson Cruz. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Kramer gets out of the jam. He picks up his third strikeout. We go to the bottom of the third. Rangers 1, A's nothing. Wildcats down in Tucson. Cal needs to make some noise in the Pac-10, and what a better way to do it than knock off the Wildcats in the desert. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Comcast Sportsnet Plus. Comcast Sportsnet California.com. Check it out for your cable channel locations. So Cal, Arizona, tomorrow night. Jeremy Hermida leading it off for the A's in the bottom of the third. Hermida, Pennington, and Ellis. Broken bat, little flare over shortstop, and then he'll drop in for a hit. Hermida gets the A's second hit.
As I mentioned, Jim Scanlon working with Hermida just trying to take that pitch to left field. And although it was a broken bat base hit, he'll take it. Sounded like it fractured, and it did break the bat. But watch Ultramo in this swing. Top hand, outside pitch. Not trying to roll over, and rolled over afterwards. And that is a great shot of what we're talking about, rolling over. The wrist rolls over before contact, and as a result, you get a ground ball to the right side. He stayed through the pitch and hit it to left field. Good swing. Good result.
There's a shot right to the first baseman. Cantu steps on the bag, and now they'll have Hermida in a rundown. Kinsler ends up with the baseball. He puts the tag on Hermida, and just like that, there are 2 outs. There's not a lot you can do if you're the runner, right?
No,
I mean,
absolutely not.
you're in a bad spot if you're Jeremy Hermida. Cantu made a nice play.
Now batting.
Now Cliff Pennington hit it hard, and you could say, well, if the runner wasn't at first base, it's a double. Or if a runner was at second, I don't know why Andrus threw the ball as quickly as he did to get it to Kinsler to run back to second base, but Cantu just happened to be right there, tagged the bag, and Hermida actually maybe thought the throw was going to go, but instead Cantu ran him back, or ran him towards second initially.
Frustrating game, huh? Most times that's a triple for Pennington.
Well, very frustrating when you look at Hermida breaks his bat, gets a base hit, and
ain't that the truth?
Pennington scorches one and double play.
Cantu again. Gets up, flips to Hunter, and how about Jorge Cantu putting on a show defensively at first base?
Host these Texas Rangers. Fans are invited to a post-game event featuring Big Donnie Moore and the Radical Reality team, and to hear testimonials by A's players. In addition, groups of 25 plus will receive a special A's testimonial card. For more information, visit oaklandathletics.com. If you want to see something, come out here tomorrow. See a good game of baseball starting at 1:05 and follow the game behind the third base dugout. Donnie Moore and his Radical Reality team. You will see feats that you never dreamed could happen. Maybe we'll have a camera down there and have some nice footage of it for Sunday.
Guerrero rolls out to the shortstop. Time now for a trivia question, which is brought to you by AT&T. Since 1960, who are the 4 winners of an MVP award to play in 130 games or less? Haha. So, Josh Hamilton is an MVP candidate this year. No question about it. How many games has he played in? Let's check. 130. Right on the button.
Of course, you have to look at the teams that are fighting down the stretch. The Rays, the Yankees. Of course, the Twins have already clinched. Jim Thome's had a pretty good month of September, although he started to play more because of Justin Morneau. But, you know, would the Rangers be where they are without Josh Hamilton? Probably not. So you factor a lot of that into the equation.
Yeah, we got to start thinking about it. Who's going to be the MVP? Well, Miguel Cabrera is having a terrific season. 326, 35 homers, 120 RBIs. That one to center. Gross is going back, and it's over his head, and it rolls away from him. And Kinsler is going to round the bag hard at second, and then he'll stop there. So Kinsler with a double. Maybe the ball's carrying a little better tonight with the warm weather, because that ball did not look like it was hit that well.
Yeah, I think you're right. And pitch that stayed up. Kinsler with a hard swing, kind of a home run swing almost every time he does let it go, and this one just kept traveling. Gross has played a lot of center field. Hit off the base of the wall, so it was difficult for him to get to it. And once it carried back towards right field and he missed it, that's when Kinsler thought about three. Fortunately, he was able to get the ball back.
So Jeff Francoeur hits. He bounced out to Iwamura, his first at bat. The double by Kinsler, the fourth hit off Bobby Kramer. Well, I don't know, Ray. As I just look at the league leaders in the American League offensively, there is not a clear-cut guy. So it'll be an interesting vote. Batista, 50 homers, 115 RBIs.
Did he hit two more tonight? Two more.
Did he really? Okay, well, that's 52 then. I mean, you have to put him in the mix. Good pitch with a fastball, 0-2.
Yeah, Batista has a, what, about 8-9 games to go, trying to break Roger Maris's record legitimately.
He doesn't have the high batting average, but how can you argue with at least 52 home runs? Bounced in the hole. Pennington dives, gets a glove on it, but it kicks away, and it kicks away just far enough to allow Kinsler to come around and score. So it's a base hit and it's an RBI, and that's too bad because Pennington made a heck of an effort and he had it in his glove for a moment.
Well, you like to see an infielder dive with a runner at second base. It's his right hand that, as he reached for it, knocked it into left field. Reached for it, stopped it with his glove, but could not grab it with his hand. Ultramost shows. Watch his right hand. Reach out and just kept rolling and too far away. And Kinsler, who hardly stopped at third, kept running. That is the first non-home run that Kramer's given up.
See, now that move there, that's deceiving the runner.
Yeah, because it looked like he's throwing home.
Exactly.
Somebody probably said, hey, what about that one?
Liner, Iwamura has it. And getting back is Francoeur to first base. So Jorge Cantu lines out for out number 2 here in the fourth, a run in.
Got a good swing. Iwamura just happened to be there, and Cantu still looking for his first RBI. Robbed by Akinori.
Breaking ball to Benji Molina is inside. Molina had a base hit in the third. He ended up being stranded at third.
Well, that would be the first base umpire, Jerry Davis, who would call a balk if there's going to be one called on the left-handed pitcher. A little difficult for a home plate umpire to see the angle in which he has the front foot.
Another breaking ball inside, 2-0. It was July 1st when the Rangers acquired Benji Molina. maybe one of the things the Rangers need to do in the offseason is find an everyday catcher, because it's really been a couple of years, maybe even longer than that, since they really had a guy that run out there for the most part every day.
Well, they re-signed or reacquired Pudge Rodriguez.
Yeah. Was that last year?
Yeah.
I think it was. 3-0 now to Molina.
Saltalamacchia and T. Garden, who were supposed to be their platoon catchers this year. One of them got traded. Actually, both of them were sent to the minor leagues.
So the 3-0 to Molina is a strike on the outside corner. Francoeur is the runner at first. He had the RBI single. Very short lead for Francoeur. Another fastball first strike. But Benji Molina, you don't see him take one fastball very often, although this one was 3-0, but he just took another one.
And it says Kramer living a little bit dangerously with the pitch up at the zone. A little bit below the letters. Maybe Benji thought it was ball 4, but called a strike. Back-to-back fastballs after falling behind 3-0.
Runner goes, and Molina rolls it foul.
Remember those first 2 games, Bobby Kramer was throwing a 3-2 curveball pretty consistently, and it was because his catcher, Kurt Suzuki, was calling.
Another 3-2 with Francoeur running, and that one's looped right field. Ellis out, still going out, and Mark Ellis tracks it down. A run on 2 hits for the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 Texas. Is brought to you by Lowe's. Scotts products keep your lawn lush and green. Visit Lowe's for a chance to win a VIP World Series experience. Compliments of Scotts. Bottom of the 4th inning from the Coliseum. Ray Fossey, Glenn Kuiper. You're watching A's baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California. Right now the Rangers trying to even up the series at a game apiece. They have the 2-0 lead. First pitch to Derek Barton. There's that good curveball from Hunter. Drops it in for a strike. Well, around Major League Baseball today and tonight, there are no teams that can clinch a playoff spot tonight. But there are some teams that are very, very close. Barton rolls it slowly toward Cantu at first. So that's out number 1. The Boston Red Sox beat the Yankees 10-8 at Yankee Stadium. Red Sox led 10-1, and then they had to hang on. So it was a 10-8 final. Back at the winner, Andy Pettit got bombed. He gave up 6 earned runs and 10 hits in 3 innings. There was 8 home runs hit in that game. The Yankees hit 6 of them. A pair by A-Rod, a pair by Teixeira. The Red Sox hit a couple. But that, coupled with the Rays' win at home over Seattle. Rays 5, Mariners 3. So the Rays jump ahead of the Yankees in the AL East. So those are your updated AL East standings.
That was after the Rays defeated the Yankees the last 2 games in a 4-game series, Wednesday and last night.
So that's, you just picked up 3 games in 3 days if you're the Rays. So they are in first place with Neiman the winner tonight. Soriano got save number 44. That's the wild card. So the Red Sox, you know what? They're still playing for something. In the fact that they're playing the Yankees helps right now. They are not out of it just yet. 1-1 to Kurt Suzuki. Pop up down the right field line. Fair territory, Francoeur. The Rays have a bat magic number of 3 for a playoff spot. So that's, of course, the Central already taken care of. In the National League, the Phillies won tonight, 3-2 over the Mets. Blanton got the win. In his baseball strange array, the Atlanta Braves come in leading the wild card, and they lose to the Washington Nationals. Yeah. How do you figure that? You just don't. 8-3, the Nationals beat the Braves. Tim Hudson on the mound. You're thinking, hey, we got our best pitcher. 7, 8, 9 games left. This is a strange game. So, Phillies win. The Braves lose. So the Phillies now have a magic number of 2. So they can wrap that up tomorrow. Phillies have won 11 in a row. 11 in a row.
And hot at the right time. There was an article that said 5 teams could clinch this weekend, and you mentioned those teams. Let's hope one of those 5 isn't here this weekend.
Well, that is updated. The Phillies, they could be celebrating this weekend at some point.
And a guy you have to be real happy for, and I didn't really follow him that much, but I know Mike Sweeney was traded to the Phillies when Ryan Howard was injured. And
he's having a ball.
Oh, he's having a great time. And, you know, for him and what he means, not only when he does play, but in the clubhouse, on the bench, pumps the guys up. So he's a great motivator. I'm sure he has helped them down the stretch and helped them get to where they are right now.
Everybody thought it was a strike, except Custom. Don't play no power.
I think a worse pitch was called his first at bat. That was definitely not a swing. Ryan Knight called him out on a 2-2 on a cutter, fastball inside. That was a questionable location.
I pop up foul.
Now that you're into sentimental baseball, you'd like to see the Braves make it to postseason just because of Bobby Cox.
No question.
His final tour, final season, that he's announced his retirement, and it's everything that's happened. It'd be difficult for him to say, I renege. But I'm sure he has the option.
Yeah. Two and 2 to Jack Cust. Cust gets fisted, and it's going to be a base hit. It's Michael Young with the shift on. Made the play, did not have to throw it as Cust has a hit.
Excuse me, and he'll take it. That ball gets by Michael Young with the spell on it. Might have been a double.
So that is hit number 3 as Jack's hands are burning a little bit, I would imagine, but he'll take it. So a runner on first with 2 outs for Gabe Gross. There's a strike. In the National League Central, the Cardinals just hanging on. They won today. The Cincinnati Reds are playing right now. The Reds are leading the Padres 1-0 in the 4th inning. So Cincinnati right now has a magic number of 3 to clinch the Central. So they could be celebrating this weekend. The Giants beat the Rockies 2-1. That's a big series in Colorado. So with the Padres still playing the Giants with a 1-game lead. Another strange with baseball. Rockies couldn't lose, and now they go to Arizona. They've lost 5 in a row. Just like that.
Yeah, their magic carpet ride in September is not continuing for them.
Lincecum won that game.
I think the great road trip, though, has to be the Seattle Mariners. They go as far as you can from Seattle to Tampa. The final next last weekend of the season.
Weren't they just in Toronto? So they went Toronto, Tampa.
And then they'll go to Texas, and then the A's will play them the Final 4 in Seattle. Go to Texas from Tuesday, Wednesday.
So Toronto, Tampa, Texas, back to Seattle. What a great way to end it.
Especially when you're 26 games back.
0-2 to Gabe Gross. Bouncer off the foot. Gross will shake it off a little bit. I read an article, Ray, remember the month of August? Tim Lincecum was terrible. Couldn't get anybody out. Read an article where a longtime baseball scout, of course, when you read that, the scout never says his name. Longtime baseball scout said, I think he's done. He'll never be an effective pitcher again. It was on the internet somewhere.
That's why they never said their names.
No, exactly. I was like, man, is he really struggling that bad? I guess maybe he is. I don't know. He hasn't lost since. It really makes you want. It really makes you want to find out who that longtime scout is. It's like, wow, is he really that bad?
Well, it makes you wonder. Do the scouts even say it, or the writer? Because you never hear or read a story where a writer says his name.
Yeah. And it sounds good to say, talk to a longtime scout who said he's done.
Yeah, he said he can't tell us his name.
Well, maybe it could be anybody.
But then don't write the story.
Team executive, that's another one.
Yeah,
right? Well, it could be anybody.
Yeah.
One and 2 to Gross. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did not. It's 2-2.
So they can't speak because of gag order, but yet they keep talking.
Gabe Gross hit a ball well to left field his first at bat. Nelson Cruz ran it down. Fastball, very close pitch. Tommy Hunter thinks he should have been in the dugout a while ago, but that pitch just a bit outside, according to Tommy Camp. Three and 2, Cust will take off.
Get a gapper. Watch Jack run. Run, Jack, run.
Throws a big bouncer. Can't do to his right. Will flip to Hunter. Side retired. A's get a hit. They strand one. We have played 4 from the Coliseum. 2-0 Rangers. 2-0 Texas, 5th inning, as Bobby Kramer back to work. He'll face Bourbon, Andrus, and Young. 9-1-2 for the Rangers. Single run in the second on Guerrero's home run. Single run in the fourth on Francoeur's RBI single. That is the scoring of the game. Pennington quickly to first to get the speedy Bourbon out number 1. Here's our AT&T trivia question, and the answer: since 1960, who are the 4 winners of a MVP award to play in 130 games or less? There they are. Bonds in 03, Brett in 1980, Stargell in 79, and Mickey Mantle in 1962. Josh Hamilton right at 130 games this year.
Barry Bonds, 45 home runs in 130 games.
George Brett, that was the year he flirted with 400 late into the season. Finished with an average of 390. When was the latest he was at 400? Was it middle of August or toward the end of August? I remember the picture
exactly.
in the newspaper.
It was late,
remember? Standing on second base. He had just gone over the 400 average.
Same with Tony Gwynn. That's right. That might have been on the strike here. That a lot of things might have been cost because of that. Let's hope it never happens again.
No. I don't think it will. I do think that as bad as it was, the strike, losing the World Series, I do think baseball learned the lesson.
Absolutely.
And now you read about football maybe heading toward a problem next year. Sort of scratch your head a little bit.
Well, the baseball collective bargaining agreement expires at the end of 2011. Let's hope they do what they did in the past. That's negotiate behind closed doors and get it signed and say, oh, by the way, it's extended for another X number of years.
Yeah. How about like 10?
Yeah. Forever. Sandlot.
Sandlot.
Forever.
One of the top 5 movies of all time. Hermida is there, and that's a good inning for Bobby Kramer. 3 up, 3 down. He's retired 5 in a row. Bottom of the 5th coming up. 2-0 Rangers. Reiner from Fremont asks, who determines the umpire assignments? Do the same 4 umps stay together for multiple game series?
Now the league office, there's no American or National League umpires any longer. A long time. you had National League umpires, you had a National League president, you had American League umpires, American League president, but Sandy Alderson kind of changed that. And they're all under one umbrella, all the umpires. So the assignments come out of the league office. Usually they have a crew chief, and there are 4 umpires, and they get vacation time. But I guess once they're assigned, the core group stays together throughout the season. And if as they get vacation time, somebody steps in. When we were in Kansas City, Ted Barrett was telling me they had a 5-man crew for that 3-game series, so they kind of rotated. And you'll see in a doubleheader, usually the umpire behind the plate has the second game off.
Okay.
He will not umpire at any basis, so they'll bring an extra one in. But they've made some changes, and I think still accountability is still the most important. Terry Crispin is in the stadium, and
yeah, saw him tonight.
He's not a supervisor, but he kind of watches them, not balls and strikes, but how they handle various situations.
Toward the shortstop, Andrus, and that's out number 1. But generally, like you said, the 4 guys do stay together unless somebody has vacation, and each guy gets a fair amount of vacation each year.
You know, they have the, I guess, minor league replacement guys that come up, and I assume they're in the minor leagues, or maybe they're just, that's probably something to check out. Are they part of a major league umpiring crew, and do they just fill in when vacation time comes, or are they at the minor league level and come up?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah,
I bet they're in the minor leagues, don't you think? AAA maybe?
Well, my bone of contention is that if you have a crew of 4, and all series are crucial, good series.
No question.
But if one of the 4 umpires who is a major league umpire has vacation time and somebody comes up as a replacement, my feeling is that somebody should be at first and home, the most critical positions. And that person, to me, should not.
So you're saying a fill-in umpire, whether it be from the minor leagues or should not be behind home plate?
Yeah, I don't think it should put them in a regular rotation. I think maybe 3rd or 2nd. I mean, they're all tough bases, but to me, home plate, calling balls and strikes, and first base where more action is. And again, I go back to the, I want to say, 73 playoffs. We played the Orioles. The 2 umpires, Bill Howler and I want to say Nestor Shilak, alternated between first and home. They were the best, and they were given those
the whole
series.
Wow, really? Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, obviously times have changed. They do rotation, I guess, based on certain criteria. But, yeah, that's everything on the field, really, in a lot of cases, is determined by the 4 guys, and especially behind home plate and balls and strikes. And unfortunately, when one of those guys happens to be behind home plate or first base, you say, wow, you know, why is he there? And because he missed a pitch or whatever. Well, they all, you know, have times when they miss pitches.
Romero strikes out, swinging for the 2nd time. That's 3 strikeouts now for Tommy Hunter.
And again, it's a curveball, and here Romero got a steady dive of 3 in his first at bat. Continues here. But there's no doubt the umpiring job is very different. Takes a long time to get here. A lot of years in the minor leagues. And they have people here to watch the A's and watch the Rangers, and umpires hope they're not watched by anybody, that nobody even notices them, which means they've had a good game.
And certainly there's a lot of travel. I mean, they are not traveling on a charter flight, folks. They are taking early morning flights to get to the next city. I would think, I don't know this for a fact, but I would think Major League Baseball and who takes care of the umpires, I'm sure they do their best to help them out travel-wise. I mean, a situation in the Bay Area, you could have a group do an A's series, and then if the A's go out of town, they could stay in the Bay Area, go across the Bay and do a Giants series, which would certainly make it a little easier on an umpiring. Hermida has his 2nd hit. So 2 for 2 for Jeremy Hermida, and that's hit number 4 against Hunter.
Well, 2 hits, 1 left field, 1 back up the middle. Good opposite field hitting by Hermida. That'll make any hitting coach happy.
So here's Pennington. You know, I wonder too, Ray, about the umpiring. I wonder if every crew, do they go to every city once a year for sure? At least once, every ballpark. I don't know. That's American and National League. I wonder if a crew ever says, hey, end of the year, you know what? We didn't go to Oakland this year, or we didn't go to Kansas City this year. I guess it's possible.
Or let me finish close to my home.
Yeah, well, that's true.
So I can leave, do my final game unless in postseason, and go home. But the umpires do stay for a series, but I don't know that I've ever seen where an umpiring crew, say if this crew happened to be here with the White Sox, White Sox umpires here, that crew went someplace else, this new crew comes in.
Yeah, they're not going to follow a team, certainly. So there is a fairly significant scheduling situation when it comes to the umpires. And do they have, I'm sure there's crews that grade out better than other crews. Now, do they assign those crews to what you may consider a bigger series this time of year? Maybe.
That or postseason.
Exactly.
I know one thing for sure, and I think our final thought on umpires, not every umpiring crew has Matt Weiss to take care of them.
They wish they did.
Yep. I think that's the bottom line. Matt Weiss is there to take care of them. And
yeah, Matty's good.
So Cliff Clavin still here on the A's side. Matt Weiss taking care of the umpires. Mikey Thalbaum on the visiting side, preparing a huge post-game meal, no doubt, for the large contingent of Ranger players.
Pennington skies one to right field. He got under it. Frank Coors right there. Side retired. Hermida with a 2-out single for the A's, and that's it. We're on to the 6th inning. Still 2-0 Texas. .30. It's on our sister station, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Full baseball highlights, the latest on Don Nelson and the Raiders getting set for the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. Nelson Cruz, first pitch he sees, it's a line drive to left field for a base hit. Leadoff single for Cruz. So Bobby Kramer will get into the stretch.
Number 27, Vladimir Guerrero.
Couple of runs, 6 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts for Kramer.
Against Kansas City, went 5 1/3. Against Minnesota, 5 2/3. 3-run support in the first game. A's held on. Second game against the Twins, the A's scored 6 in the series finale last Sunday.
So here's Guerrero, who homered in the second inning. Big bouncer. Pennington waits for it to come down. He'll go to second. Ellis gets the out there. Throw to first is late. That ball took that big bounce. Cruz is out.
Well, Vladimir Guerrero has really been patient tonight again, like he normally is. This is the third at bat, and it's his fourth pitch that he's seen tonight. Home run, first pitch right center, ground ball short. And that was the 1-0, and this one first pitch again. It's always been aggressive, amazingly, the numbers he has put up. But when you have a strike zone as big as his is, you can hit a lot.
Pennington, nice play. Second for one. On to first. Double play. 6-4-3. And that's a 3-pitch inning. Thank you very much.
What a great play by Pennington. A turn by Ellis. That gets some offense going.
Freeze cam. Hey!
How about that?
Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Who was that guy?
Well, that might have been. It's probably one of the championship teams. 73-74. But 1975 was a really special year, and especially on this date. It's a 73 team photo right there.
All right, who's next to you?
Billy Cagliaro to my right, Darrell Knowles to my left.
Ellis has a leadoff single. All right. Tell us why.
On this date, 1975, the A's clinched the division against the Chicago White Sox.
Okay.
In a blowout for the 5th consecutive division championship. And Nicole Ray Fosse was born on this day in 1975.
So you had another double celebration. You've had a couple of those in your life.
Right. Lindsay born October the 8th, so that was after I'd retired. But the old school board flashed. Nicole Ray Fosse, 7 pounds 4 ounces.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, it's her birthday today.
She better be watching.
She's in Scottsdale, Arizona with son Matthew and husband Joe, and had a nice day. Talked to her earlier.
0-1 to Barton. So the clinch was here at the Coliseum.
Yes, it was.
Well,
Yeah.
that certainly helped the situation.
Well, it's considered she was born in the afternoon and came out that night. And, yeah, it was very convenient. Unfortunately, the clinch, that was the extent of it, because 3 straight losses to the Red Sox, and that ended the A's run of 3 consecutive championships. And, of course, the Red Sox that year against the world champion Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
And called by Dick Stockton on Carlton's 5th home run. If it's fair, see you tomorrow. And that was a game
quite a
winner.
World Series.
Yes, it was. Joe Morgan with a game winner in I think Game 7. Base hit to center field.
One and 2 to Derek Barton. Yeah, that series was a perfect example of, is there momentum in baseball? Yeah. Does it carry over? Depends who the starting pitcher is.
That's right.
Because you would have thought after what happened in Game 6, there was no way the Red Sox would lose Game 7 at home. Come on. No way. And it ends up Joe Morgan gets the hit. Was it top of the 9th inning, I think, or 8th inning, something like that. I think it may have been the top of the 9th inning.
I don't know if it's that game that Bill Lee, spaceman, threw the eephus pitch to Tony Perez. I think he crushed it for a home run. Might have been earlier. It was at Fenway, though.
Bernie Carbo's home runs.
Oh, yeah.
The Red Sox had to be thinking, this is magic's with us.
It only took him 29 years later to finally win it, though. Kansas 86 didn't happen. Finally in 04 it did. Terry Francona, Tito, the manager, a 2-time world champion Red Sox, 04-07.
Well, I think you've been around so long.
Thank you.
Baseball so long. But you guys won 3 in a row. It's hard to win 1. You know, and you know, I don't know that I believe in that. Oh, it's your year this year. You don't know.
But, and you look
it's, you know.
You look at the Tigers last year, had the big lead they had going down the stretch, and they lost it game 163 to the Twins.
Yep.
And where are they this year? Injuries, and they're not even close.
And I bet in the middle of September, if you're a Tigers fan, you're probably thinking, this is our year.
That's right. That's right.
Runner goes, swing and a miss. The throw to second base is not in time. Ellis has a stolen base. Barton has a strikeout.
Quick release by Benji Molina. Absolutely no chance to throw out Mark Ellis. And surprisingly, Derek Barton didn't make contact. Thought that he would. An 0-for-3 night, and something about Tommy Hunter and facing the A's. He scattered just the 5 hits. But second time with the runner in scoring position. The other was a 2-out double by Chris Carter.
So a runner in scoring position for the Athletics. First pitch to Suzuki, line foul. But you know, you just think about the last 10 years in the World Series. You think about, I mean, the Yankees Diamondback series. Remember that, back and forth? I mean, the Yankees had to say, you know what, late home runs, we're going to win this baby.
Well,
and they don't.
And that was 2001 also. You know what happened in September and everything happening in New York. It was definitely going to be their year. Mary Giuliani flying out to Phoenix. And it was the Diamondbacks.
Yeah. But it's, I mean, just Giants in 02 literally have it wrapped up. And then they 03, the Cubs.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to tell me the Cubs in 03 weren't saying, you know what, this is ours.
And it wasn't because of Bartman either.
They had a 3-1 lead in the National League Championship shoot.
Martin's year.
That's exactly right.
You know, a couple of things happened in 2001 in Arizona. Joe Torre, the great manager, he showed more emotion in that game, and maybe just because of everything that had happened, getting to that point, it's when they took the lead and it looked like they were going to win it.
Sure.
And this emotion that the manager showed, just uncharacteristic of the way he was, they ended up losing ninth inning. And then 2002, Dusty Baker goes out with, the pitcher?
Russ Ortiz,
Russ Ortiz gave him the baseball as a souvenir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just little things. And
it's not your year till you get the last out, right? But in 2001, you know, all the stuff that happened in New York, you know, there's a part of everybody who's saying it'd be good for the city of New York. I mean, you know, but it just doesn't always work the way you think that it should, or that it looks like it should. There's a base hit. Ellis had to make sure it went through. He'll go to third and stop there. So the A's have some action against Tommy Hunter here in the 6th inning. First and third, one out with Jack Cuss coming up.
A little cutter, and it's like Ron Washington's going to go to his lefty, but a good swing. It's one of those times that you kind of hope there are 2 outs, because Mark Ellis getting a huge lead, but he had to go back to second, did not want to be doubled up.
So we got bullpen action. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Cash Creek's Cash Perfect 10 giveaway. From now until October 10th, thousands will win cash and prizes every day. Visit cashcreek.com for details.
Number 32, Jack Cuss.
Well, the A's trying to close the gap. They're down 2-0. But Ellis is at third. Suzuki's at first with 1 out. And the Rangers go to the left-hander, Clay Rapata.
Rapata, a down and under from the left side in the bullpen. Darren O'Day, the down and under from the right side, the dueling submariners. And fortunately, they were throwing on the correct side of the mound. Rapata from the left and O'Day from the right. There, the number is 4. Tommy Hunter, no walks, 4 strikeouts, couple of runners his responsibility. No shift, or a slight shift for Jack Cuss.
Cuss swings and misses. Rapata has been in the big leagues with the Cubs and the Tigers. He was acquired from Detroit this past offseason.
And he's got back-to-back lefties. Gabe Gross in the on-deck circle.
Cuss fights that one off, and now he's behind in the count 0-2.
And no doubt a lefty has to think left field, unless there's a mistake as that last pitch was. But Jack waits so well, just a matter of being able to recognize the breaking pitch as it's going away from him. Serve it to left field. Michael Young relatively close to the bag at third. Andrus to the shortstop side of second. No shift to the opposite side, and probably because of the type of delivery that Rapata has.
Oh, 2 pitch, and Cuss lays off 1-2. Tommy Hunter, 5 1/3, just 78 pitches. Strike 3 call. Fastball right there. So Cuss does not pull the trigger, and that's out number 2.
Well, he's gone breaking pitches, 3 of them, then painted with a fastball, and just barely on the corner.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen, for the Athletics. Batting for Gabe Gross, number 25, Matt Carson.
So there's your announcement as Carson's going to hit for Gross.
And the righty Submariner is going to come in to face him.
So as we like to say, the wheels are turning here at the Coliseum in the 6th inning. So Ron Washington coming out. We'll be back.
Of the Oakland Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
So the A's trying to get on the board here. They had first and third, 1 out. Cuss struck out against the lefty Rapata. And then with Gabe Gross coming up, Bob Guerin went to Matt Carson. And now the Rangers have gone back to their bullpen for Darren O'Day. So O'Day will face the right-handed hitting Matt Carson. Now the difference for O'Day, left-handed hitters hitting .231 against him. Right-handed hitters, 182. So O'Day, as Ray said, sidewinder, and he's had a terrific season for the Texas Rangers.
And they'll drop down and throw the slider, and would think that Matt Carson would get a slider first pitch. As Cuss got a couple of the first 3, as a matter of fact, from Rapata.
Slider that stays outside to Matt Carson.
Sidewinder, Submariner. Last thing they want to do is throw the ball inside, because in this case a right-hander facing right-hander, it's going to open up a little bit. You throw it inside, then it would be like being down the middle of the plate. So you just think right field if you're a right-handed hitter.
Line drive, left field, coming in, and it's going to drop. Cruz cannot get to it, and Carson comes through with an RBI single, and it's a 2-1 game. He didn't hit it hard, but he got enough of it for an RBI hit.
Unsurprisingly, after that slider miss, they came inside. Benjo Molina moving inside, fastball, and see back Carson open up. He cracked his bat, softly hit, maybe not a broken bat, but shallow enough that Nelson Cruz could not get to it, could not take a chance. Trying to dig, tough to dig a guy when they're 2 outs. They're running anyway. Mark Ellis started it with a single up the middle, stolen base. The A's come through with a 2-out hit, and time for Chris Carter to come through with another 2-out hit.
A double and a ground out for Carter. Slider, swing and a miss. He's going to get a few of those in this at bat.
Well, he's just got to think that way and react inside if he gets the fastball like Carson did. That's a ball. Left his hand, it was going to be a ball. Yes, you can give all the scouting reports you want, but until you see what the pitcher's doing.
There it is again. This time Carter lays off. The count's 1-1.
O'Day, last time the Rangers were in town, the A's won 2 of 3. Came in a relief against Kurt Suzuki. Threw 2 great sliders, 0-2. Try to go outside with a fastball and a sac fly to center. You wonder why, but he did.
That fastball right on the outside corner, 1-2.
Well, then Ultramo by Evergood down underneath. It's really more of a sidearm. He starts like he's going to go underneath, but there's only one Chad Bradford. It's really down and under. He scrapes the dirt with his knuckles. Brad Ziegler kind of the same, but it's more of the beginning of the delivery. It looks like it's going to be way under.
Good take there by Carter, and it's 2-2.
On the slider, Tommy Cam shows it way outside. Just look away, react in. React when a pitch in. He's strong enough to do it. He'll face a 95 fastball from Edwin Jackson, hit a home run. Inside fastball. You can do it against anybody.
Another good take, and it's a full count.
The veteran Darren Oliver would face Iwamura, you would think. Kevin Kuzma not played last night. There's another slider way out of the zone. He's supposed to play every other day the remainder of the season.
Runners go, and it's a fastball on the outside corner. Carter swings and misses. So the A's get a run on 3 hits, and they strand a pair. 7th inning coming up. 2-1 Rangers. October 1st, 2000, Jason Isringhausen strikes out Frank Catalanato, and the A's clinch the AL West on the last day of the season. First time since 1992 the A's have gone to the postseason. When you've got a giant appetite, it's got to be Nations. Nations giant hamburgers, right?
And thank you to Giants. The Giant Nations hamburgers. The Nations hamburgers. Got a note from my partner.
The nation arrived.
The Nations have arrived. You better get up here. So, cheeseburger time it was. And
thank you to Nations.
Only took to game number 152, but we appreciate it.
Wow, they were good. Outstanding.
Well, we say, you know, we can beg. And we know eventually.
Oh, with the best of us.
We come through it. Nations did. Thank you very much, Nations. Even Vince Cotroneo got one.
Yes.
He was very appreciative of it.
Yes, he did.
B.I. wouldn't have one, said he'd already eaten. Does B.I. ever eat?
Nope. One meal every 2 days.
You ought to be so lucky.
I was going to say, that sounds pretty good. That one's drilled to left, and it's hit well. Carter turns around, and it is gone. Right up over the top of the scoreboard. It lands on that ledge above the scoreboard, and it's 3-1 as Frank Coeur has homered. So the Rangers immediately get that run right back. It was a line shot that just got over the wall.
Well, that's his first. We talked about living up in the zone. That's a danger zone. And Frank Coeur, who singled off the glove of Cliff Pennington in his last at bat to drive in a run, has 2 runs batted in. First home run as a Ranger. Had a big one because the A's had pulled within 1.
So here's Cantu, who's 0 for 2. And he lines one past Iwamura, who could not come up with it. That ball hit very hard. Cantu's going to try for 2, and he's going to make it with a double. So a homer and a double here in the 7th inning, and Bob Guerin's coming out. And Bob Guerin's going to go to Booth. Bonzer, when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
Brought to you by Toyota. More people say yes to Toyota than any other brand in California. Learn why at your Toyota dealer today. By Xfinity, TV, phone, and internet. Reinvented. And by Chevy with a full lineup of award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers.
Well, that youngster hanging in there on a beautiful night at the Coliseum. But right now the Rangers with a 3-1 lead, and they have runner at second base, nobody out for Benji Molina. Needed a bunt, and he bunts it nicely back to Bonzer. So Benji Molina gets a sacrifice. He does it pretty well. So give Benji credit, and it gets the pinch runner, which is Chris Davis. So Chris Davis is now at third, and he came in to run for Jorge Cantu. So Davis at third with 1 out. 8 hits, 3 runs for Bobby Kramer in 6+ innings.
Booth Bonser, 11th appearance for the Athletics. A little bit more important role that Booth has been placed in. And it's a good idea. It's a good pitcher, good curveball. Of course, right now looking for a ground out, pop up, or strikeout to keep Davis at third. And it's a 2-run deficit. Rangers trying to make it 3-run lead.
Infield in for Julio Bourbon. The bunt, and he gets it down nicely. And the throw is not in time as Ellis could not get his foot down on the bag. Bourbon is safe, and a run comes in. Well, Ray, you could see it coming, and it was not a safety squeeze. It looked like a suicide squeeze.
All the way.
Right?
Well, when the runner starts running, as soon as the pitcher lifts his leg, that is suicide. And Bourbon got a pitch that he could put in play. And Booth Bonser threw a sinker to Mark Ellis and straddling the bag. Although, that's a perfect shot of the runner coming down the line. And with the left-handed batter, we talk about a right-handed hitter. Ideally, you throw it at him to get him out of the way or try to hit him, deaden the ball. But that's a perfectly executed suicide. We saw it in Minnesota when Butera did it. Against the A's, and the second time in September.
So it is a base hit and an RBI for Bourbon. Andrus bluffs a bunt. Pitches outside. I think too, Ray, safety squeeze or suicide squeeze obviously gets a run. It ticks off the pitcher too.
Oh yeah.
Because you know what I mean? It's like, are you kidding me? They got to run on that. But you have to execute if you're the hitter and the runner. But it's just one of those plays that I could see it. If you're on the mound, it would really irritate you.
Well, I think it was against the Yankees. It was either Andrus or maybe Bourbon with 2 outs.
Right.
Dragged a bunt to first base.
Late in the game.
Put the Rangers ahead, and that propelled them to several runs in that inning with 2 outs. But, Ron Washington's teams.
The bunt.
It's a straight sacrifice. But the thing that Wash has done since he's been manager is utilize the sacrifice.
Most in the American League.
Now batting, number 10.
So they have obviously the big thumpers in the middle of the lineup, but Ron Washington has used the sacrifice. So you're thinking, well, why would you sacrifice to get a guy in scoring position, but with 2 outs? You do not see that very often. But you could make the point, hey, I want to get Michael Young an RBI chance because he's very good with runners in scoring position. You already have a 4-1 lead. But you're also giving up an out. And that was the second out. Not something you do if you were behind in the game, but you can, a little bit of a luxury if you're just trying to add a run or 2 more. You don't see it very often, that's for sure.
Well, that is true. I mean, you see it nationally with a pitcher.
Yeah, well, exactly.
But you don't see it in the American League. And you'd almost look at it and say, well, they forgot how many outs there were.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
because
your leadoff hitter that's really giving up the second out.
And Bourbon with speed, going to hit and run. Take a chance.
Yeah, that's right. You can do other things.
Hit and runs, straight steal. With the speed of Bourbon, he just beat out a squeeze bunt.
Three and 1 now to Michael Young. Suspicious. How about that?
Very suspicious. But if you're going good, good things happen.
3-1 pitch to Young, and there's the walk.
It was in Venezuela. Home team. Saw the sign given by the third base coach. Runner at third, 2 outs, 2 strikes on the hitter. Gave a squeeze.
Now batting.
Wow, you got to be kidding me. Pitcher evidently was so, you know what? He bounced the ball. Run scored. With 2 outs, suicide. I mean, it's a suicide. The guy started running.
2 strikes, did you say?
2 strikes.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and he bounced the ball. Guy scored.
Gutsy call.
Yeah. No, there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
Gutsy, I wouldn't call it. Manager said, element of surprise.
Sure.
Surprised the heck out of the pitcher that he bounced the ball.
Yeah, and then it worked, too, of course. Nelson Cruz 1 for 3, single in the 6th inning. Borbon at second, Young at first. A couple of runs in for the Rangers here in the 7th. Cruz, he said, I'm going to swing at this 2-0 pitch no matter what, and he did. He missed it, 2-1. Cruz with that wide open stance, he closes it up right as he starts his swing. Missed it again, 2-2. Outfield, straight away for Cruz. Shoots that one foul. The Angels and the White Sox are tied 1-1, bottom of the 8th inning in Anaheim. Angels 2 games behind the A's in the AL West. They're 9 back. The A's are 7 back. A's will head to Anaheim after Sunday's game. 3-game series, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday day. Slowly hit. Pennington charges on the run, juggles a little bit, and his throw is late. Bases are loaded. There was a little juggle by Pennington, and I think that cost him.
Oh, he seemed to make so many great plays on this one. He knew Cruz runs well, but there's the double clutch actually almost popped out of his hand. Still almost got Cruz, but Cruz with hamstring problems, both legs this year, on the disabled list, but running very well. Smelled the hit, got it. And you have Vladimir Guerrero on the on-deck circle. There is your Ultra Mode by Evergood sausage, and just that extra second or so enabled Cruz to beat it out. It's a great play if you make it. You just can't be faulted for not making it because it was going to be tough regardless.
Infield hits.
Well, the game that Tommy Hunter pitched, remember that game? They got 15 hits, 6 infield hits against the A's in Arlington. So not surprising that number just keeps going up.
Big swing by Vladimir Guerrero. He got a fastball and he went after it, fouled it back. .49 2-out RBIs. He's got a home run tonight, his 28th of the year. He's got 108 RBIs. And he lines one left center field, base hit. That's going to go all the way to the wall. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. Here comes Cruz, and he will score. Vladimir Guerrero, a bases clearing double, and the Rangers have busted it open here in the 7th.
Well, you knew he was going to be the difference in this game, and you had to get him out to keep it within 3 and 1 swing of the bat on a pitch out of the strike zone. And Bad Vlad does it again.
So a 4 RBI night for Guerrero, and Boof Bonser, he is gone for the night. Times here in the 7th inning, and they lead 7-1. So Vladimir Guerrero doing a lot of damage tonight with a homer and double and 4 RBIs. He's at second base. The new pitcher is Ross Wolf. He'll face Kinsley. 9th man to hit in the inning. Way outside to Kinsley. So Boof Bonser gets just a couple of outs, and both the outs were sacrifice bunts. There's a fastball for a strike. 5 hits in the inning for the Rangers. Also a walk. Pitch there again. Kinsler takes it 1-2. Kinsler a double and a run scored in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 3. So Vladimir Guerrero now with 111 runs batted in this year.
28 home runs, 300 plus batting average.
Not too bad.
Can you spell MVP? Yeah, he's a DH, but
he's in the group.
Where would they be without him?
Shallow center field. Matt Carson has it side retired. A lot of damage done as the Rangers score 5 times. 7th inning stretch coming up 7-1 Texas. Texas Rangers now lead the A's 7-1, bottom of the 7th inning. Rangers with a magic number of 4. Chris Davis, who pinch ran for Cantu, stays in the game at first base. Darren O'Day back to the mound. First pitch is a strike to Iwamura. Iwamura, Hermida, and Pennington for the A's here in the bottom of the 7th. Just missed outside. O'Day tried to catch that outside corner with a breaking ball. Iwamura has struck out twice, both times swinging. Pop up to the shortstop. Andrus out on the grass. And that is out number 1. Here's our A's in-game box score, which is brought to you by Mass Mutual. Jeremy Hermida, who's stepping into the box right now, a couple of hits. The A's with 7 hits on the night. Carson with an RBI single. The Texas Rangers, on the other hand, they have 11 hits in the game. So we got a pitching change, and when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. The Oil Change Tune-Up from Spawn Experts. Darren Oliver coming in. Darren Oliver, he just keeps having good years for people out of the bullpen. 2.40 ERA, 63rd appearance for Oliver.
He was talking about possibly retiring, and somebody reminds him he's left-handed and he's breathing, and
he's good.
He's good. He can find a job.
He signed a 1-year, $3.5 million deal in the offseason.
One of those other Angels who left.
Yeah.
After last year, along with Vladimir Guerrero, both these guys with the Rangers. John Lackey works with the Red Sox.
Kinsler on the dive, cannot hit it, so Hermida is 3 for 3. But it's good to see Hermida with 3 hits. That brings us to our poll question. Make sure you visit A's page on csncalifornia.com to cast your vote. Which aspect of A's baseball do you like the most? Pitching, base running, or small ball? I like it in that order.
By the way, Kevin was very happy about being part of the poll question last night. Kevin Fennell. By the way, Delaire, how did that poll question end up last night? Who won the... Where did Kevin finish in the poll?
Maybe we just don't want to know.
I mean, perfect game. You know, Dallas Braden shutouts.
Monty
Moore, Kevin Fiddlestate.
Ring the bell. Dinger. Top hitting power prospect, Chris Carter. Kevin.
He was happy. Thanks, guys. Have been part of it. You know, Comcast Sportsnet California in HD, 145 games they have made. Chris Carter, yes, but Kevin Fennell, he's emerged.
Yes, he has.
Because of Anianza, Erdy.
That is fair. Down the left field line. Hermida digs around second. He'll go to third. They're going to wave him home, and he will score. Pennington with a double. 7-2. Right over the bag at third. Greg Gibson got spun around a little bit, but he was able to make the call.
As long as he put up the right arm, the right hand after spinning around, ball clearly over the bag. Looked like he was saluting somebody, but got the call right. Actually, looked like Mike Gallego down 6 was going to hold up Hermida, but then saw the ball get down in the corner, and Nelson Cruz making sure he picked it up. At that time, Gag said, why not? Let's go.
So Mark Ellis steps in. Mark is 1 for 3. First pitch to Ellie is a strike on the outside corner. So Oliver has faced 2 hitters, giving up a single and a double. Let's see, Ogando starts to throw. Davis ranging far to his right, maybe too far, and Ellis beat it. I think that's a defensive mistake by Chris Davis, and Ellis takes advantage of it.
Yeah, you're right. It's just a matter of where is your second baseman playing, and in Kinsler, good range. They had it plenty of time. Kinsler getting back over, and the ball was not hit that hard anyway. Kinsler's right behind Davison, diving for it, didn't knock it down, made a nice throw. Oliver covered the bag, bang, bang. The umpire, Jerry Davis, liked the fact that at least he thought Mark Ellis' foot got to the bag first.
And now the A's have a chance to climb right back into the game with Martin stepping in, just 1 out. Martin takes a fastball high. Martin looking for his first hit. A couple of groundouts and a strikeout so far in the game. Martin 0 for 6 in the series. Now 2-0. Kurt Suzuki is in the on-deck circle. And there's a strike. Could have been high.
Derek moved back the pitch. Belt high. It's just a question and had the plate as well. So really not a bad pitch. I think the movement by Derek Bartmus got Bob Guerin to the point that he thought it was a bad pitch.
And that one is outside, and there's the walk. That's the first walk the A's have received tonight. Mike Maddox will trot to the mound.
It indicates that Oliver, the veteran, is going to stay and pitch to Suzuki. If you're thinking Grand Slam, the A's have one. It was Rajay Davis a long time ago. That was against Scott Kazmir so long ago. How about time for another one?
Suzuki is 1 for 3 in the ball game.
July the 11th. And in fact, the A's didn't have a 3-run home run in the month of August. The last was July the 18th. So a lot of time in between a slam and a 3-run. One right now would be the slam, and would get the A's right back in the game. Or a bases clearing double like Vladimir Guerrero.
Yep. First pitch is a bit low to Suzuki.
This at bat, or leaving Oliver in to face Suzuki, might be because of Jack Cust in the on deck circle. Yeah. Because if Gunduck comes in, and unless he gets a double play with Suzuki, he's got to face Cust, and that's what they're thinking. He is a veteran, knows how to pitch. See if Suzuki can get it. Doesn't have to be. Called the first one low and should have called that one low.
Four straight batters have reached for the A's. A single, a double, a single, and a walk. Swing and a miss. Oliver took something off. Suzuki chased it. 1 and 2.
Might have got him thinking about the low pitch and went after one way out of the strike zone.
Again, low to even the count at 2 and 2. I think Oliver's trying hard to pitch down in the strike zone.
It's ball 4.
Yeah.
Called 1.
It's a good effort by the guys at the end of the dugout.
It's just the 7th inning. Take what you can get. Jeff Larris, ASU, you know they do that a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Rallies.
Suzuki popped it up. Michael Young in foul territory. He's got it, and that's out number 2. So Jack Cust will hit. Still a good opportunity here for the Athletics with 1 run in.
Athletics, designated hitter, number 32, Jack Cust.
So that's the first out that Oliver has gotten in this game. Pennington at third, Ellis at second, Martin at first. Cust, a little dribbler down the third base line. It's foul. Swing and a miss on the slider. Now Jack's really got a battle here.
pulled off that slide a little bit. I guess when the A's decided that Kevin Kuzminoff was going to play every other day, that they were sticking to that. Of course, Rapata facing Jack Cuss. I mean, as far as DHing, but, you know, he has not played, did not play since September the 5th, and it's kind of tough to push him, especially with the back spasms, but nice right-handed bat to have in these situations.
Molina finishes up the meeting. One-two pitch, setting up inside, and it runs way inside. 2-2.
Don't see that pitch.
Now you got to figure.
Yeah. Well, no sign was given. Molina went out and discussed it with Oliver, and of course, I don't think Mark Ellis is tipping any pitches from second base, but they just talked about the signs and didn't even give one verbally. And now, after that pitch, giving the sign.
Fastball grounded to first. Davis trots to the bag. Side retired. A's get a run on 3 hits, but they leave them loaded. 7-2 after 7.
On Sunday, we'll receive a Dallas Braden bobblehead brought to you by Sharp Business Systems. Order tickets online now, oaklandathletics.com, or call 877-493-BALL. Get in line early, guys, and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, because it will be a busy day, a popular day for that perfect game, Dallas Braden bobblehead. I don't think Peggy Lindsay has to wait in line. I think Dow, grandson Dow, would give grandmother one.
Yeah, she'll get a couple as Jeff Francoeur continues his big night.
There it is, folks. The old maple bet.
So Francoeur is 3 for 4. A couple singles and a home run.
Number 19, Chris Davis.
So that is the 12th hit for Texas. The A's have 10. And this is Chris Davis, his first at bat. Pinch runner last inning, now in the game at first base. Davis had a chance to be the Rangers' everyday first baseman. holes in his swing. That one's driven to right center field, and that'll get down for a hit. Hermida cuts it off, but it will allow Francoeur to go to third, and the ball trickles away from Ellis. Not far enough. So Davis has a base hit. First and third, nobody out.
Well, he has had some holes, but it's a solid shot that Hermida almost had to get past it. Had to bounce back, able to stop the ball, but 5 last inning. The A's had a chance to pull closer. And now first and third, nobody out again. Same part of the batting line.
Molina 1 for 2. Way outside. Molina had a base hit in the third. Pop out in the fourth, and then he had a sacrifice bunt in the seventh. Breaking ball in for a strike, 1-1. So 5 hits last inning for the Texas Rangers and a pair of hits here in the 8th. And pops a foul back. So 1-2. That one driven to left center and hit well. Carter going back, and he's not going to get it. Francoeur will score. They will stop Davis at third, and Benji Molina just gets in ahead of the tag at second. So another run for the Rangers. It's 8-2.
Benji might have been out. Derek Barton maybe surprised everybody by covering and backing up, and this ball in the left center, off the wall, bouncing off the wall, came back in. Meanwhile, Benji running as fast as he could, lumbering into second. And watch this relay and see how close it is at second. Pennington to Barton. He's out. He's out. Ultra mode. Oh, wow. Come on. I think that shocked the umpire, thinking that there's no way that ball is not going to be an easy double. And a quick throw by Pennington, heads up by Barton, and he was out. I don't think you needed ultra mode to see that.
So the runners are now at second and third with nobody out for Julio Bourbon. Bourbon is 1 for 3. He was at the plate when the Rangers executed the suicide squeeze play to perfection, and he ended up beating the throw to first and getting a base hit out of it and an RBI. That one's up the middle, and that's a base hit. Davis will score. Molina stops at third, and that makes it 9-2. So 4 straight hits for the Rangers here in the 8th inning. So Bourbon 2 for 4 with a couple of RBIs.
Number 1, Elvis.
Well, something about tonight, the A's pitcher is leaving a lot of pitches up. Another one belt high, another one hit hard up the middle.
Justin James will start to throw as Ross Wolf really struggling here in the 8th inning. First pitch to Elvis Sanders. Back to Wolf. He'll go home, and they'll have Molina in a rundown, and they'll tag Molina out.
It's not a rundown.
Something like that.
It's a walk up and tag. That was not going to be a double play, and the rule of thumb, first and third, if it's not a double play, you stay at third. And there's no way they were going to double up anybody on that play. And Fortunately, somebody yelled at Ross Wolf. He looked a second, and then somebody yelled, and Benjamin Molina just froze. Ran so hard, he just stopped.
Here's Michael Young. Michael Young is 0 for 3, but he walked and scored in that 7th inning. Young 0 for 6 in the series. Just 1 hit in his last 20 at-bats. Towards center. Carson racing back. Spins around. Can't get it. And here come the runners. Bourbon. He will score. Andrus stops at third. They were almost hooked together for a while, but it ends up being a double for Michael Young. So Bourbon races around to score.
And I think both of them could have scored. Bourbon at second base thought the ball was going to be caught, is going to tag, and that's why Andrus, who read it perfectly, Carson got turned around, and well, when you're a center fielder and you're turned the wrong way, that's what happens. And I think
Dave Anderson, that's not easy for a third base coach, because you're really wheeling
you
one
go,
of them
you
home.
stay.
Exactly, you are the traffic cop.
Yeah, but I think I've seen those before when one guy reads it perfectly, the other guy doesn't, or at least, with one out, you shouldn't be tagging anyway. You should be halfway, and turned out satisfied with a run-scoring double.
$16 hits now for Texas. That one,
what
play by penalty. He reached
tremendous.
back, tagged Young, and throws to first for a double play.
That is great. Wow. See something different and new every game, and boy, we just saw it tonight. What a great play by Cliff Pennington.
Check it out.
That's great.
Our McDonald's game summary: 10-16-0 for Texas, 2-10-0 for the Oakland Athletics. Vlad Guerrero with 4 RBIs tonight, a homer and a 3-run double. So the A's come to bat here in the bottom of the 8th. Carson, Carter, Iwamura. Carson fouls a straight back. New pitcher for the Texas Rangers. It's Alexi Ogando. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Alexi Ogando, look at that ERA, 1.16. Pretty good arm coming out of that Rangers bullpen. He's the 4th reliever used after the starter. Tommy Hunter went 5 1/3. 98 miles an hour.
Well, you're exactly right about a good arm, and we saw it in Texas when he first came up, and used in some very important situations for Ron Washington down in the bullpen. He's gotten some big outs for them. They throw in that rookie closer.
He's all right.
37 saves. I'll be happy when it breaks it after he leaves here, but taken away from Kaz Sasaki, who had the rookie record for saves after spending 10 years in Japan. You know my thoughts on that.
I know them very well. I know them very well. We like the play that ended the top of the 8th.
You know, whether he tagged him or not, I mean, this is a tremendous play, but up the middle, did he tag him? Oh, got him in the midsection. Michael Young saying no, heck yeah, he got him plenty.
No question.
I mean, the way Michael Young was trying to sell it, he said, thought he didn't get tagged, but he got him plenty. That is a great play, and I must say I have never seen that play before.
No, it has to be set up just perfect, too. You don't see the setup happen. Carter on the pop-up. Davis has it.
Second and third, not a double play situation. Infield playing in. Michael Young trying to get back, and so Pennington catches the ball between the runner and the bag.
Third baseman, number 1.
Reaches back, puts a glove on it, throws to first because there's no force at second.
So Iwamura steps in with 2 outs. Iwamura is 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts and a pop out. And there's the fastball for a strike. So tough night for the third baseman, Akinori Iwamura.
Game down in San Diego between the Reds and the Padres. You've got the monitor on our left, and a guy named Miguel Tejada having another great September for the San Diego Padres. Just drove in 2, put the Padres ahead in the 7th inning. Of course, we remember Miguel Tejada when he played for the A's and some great Septembers he had, other months as well, especially down the stretch. 2002, 20 consecutive wins. It was all Miguel. Right here at the Coliseum.
So 3-1 now to Iwamura. If the Padres win that game, still a couple innings left. They would stay a half game behind the Giants, but they would jump into first place in the wild card. Top spot in the wild card, I should say. Because the Braves lost. So they would go up a half game. Three and 2 to Iwamura. The White Sox beat the Angels 2-1. White Sox got a run in the top of the 9th to break the 1-1 ties. Iwamura was the one. Angels
number 45, Jeremy.
Quest to get to the 500 mark. They lose, and they are now 75 and 78. Are the Angels? So here's Hermida, who has had a big night, 3 for 3. It's a fastball first strike. 3 singles by Hermida, and he scored a run in the 7th. Runner goes, and Hermida fouls it straight back. Iwamura will head back to first. The count 0-2.
Mask of Benji Molina, so I'm not giving him a few extra hours.
Again, the runner goes, and again, it's bounced foul.
Yeah.
1-2 now with Iwamura.
Now he can get it set. Now, I mean, the difference, boy, you want to get there. You keep trying. 3 sprints, and finally. And now they have to go over what signs they're going to use at second.
So the 1-2 to Hermida. He's driven to right. Hit pretty well. Francoeur racing back into right center. Still going back. And it's up against the wall. Iwamura will score. And how about the night for Jeremy Hermida? He is 4 for 4, and he's got an RBI double.
Well, they didn't quite get enough to get it out. Still looking for his first home run for the Athletics, but a nice night. Couple of hits to the opposite field. And one to right field, and this one to right center. So Ultramo, take a look at this swing as he got out in front and pulled the slider.
So here's Pennington. 11 hits now for the A's in the game. No more bullpen action, and there is the young man Ray mentioned, Naftali Feliz, the rookie closer.
A's would love to get in a safe situation. Yeah, because 7-run lead right now is not in that category.
Pennington, a double and an RBI in the 7th inning. Just missed off the plate. To left field where Nelson Cruz settles underneath it. He's got it, and the side is retired. He's going to run on Hermida's double. So we're going to the 9th inning, 10-3 Texas.
tonight. First pitch hitting off of Bobby Kramer. Opposite field, Xfinity sign, home run. And then bases loaded off both Bonzer. Try to go inside. His strike zone ankle. And that's a shot to left center, scoring all three in a 5-run 7th inning. So Vladimir Guerrero, although a designated hitter, most of the time played a little bit in the outfield with intermittent play, but Guerrero with a very, very good night.
Landon Powell will come in and do the catching, and he will catch Justin James when it's time for a change. Think speedy oil change and tune-up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog expert. So 4th appearance in the year for Justin James. He faces Guerrero, and the first pitch is low. Guerrero, Kinsler, and Francoeur. 2 for 4 with the 4 RBIs tonight for Vladimir Guerrero. Guerrero, of course, the numbers were down last year, but he was hurt. He did not really play that many games last year. It's 100. At 383 at bats, 15 homers, 50 RBI. So you can say, well, the numbers are down, but he didn't play that much. That one sliced to right, and that'll drop fair. Hermida quickly gets it back in, and Guerrero has a single. So he is 3 for 5. So pretty good numbers in his last full healthy season before this year, which was 08.
Number 6, Esteban Herman, running for Guerrero.
Maybe the knowing I'm going to be the DH every day, maybe that had something to do with it. But more than anything, he got his legs healthy,
and maybe a little sign to the Angels. They decided to sign Matsui for a 1-year contract and let Vladimir Guerrero go. And I think anytime, he had some great years with the Angels, and anytime someone says, we don't think you can help us this year, and I don't know what was said, but bottom line, they didn't re-sign him, and that's motivation enough for a player to go out and say, all right, I'll show you. And especially to go to Texas, where tremendous games numbers against the Rangers when he was with the Angels, playing in Arlington. So he goes there and he's had a tremendous season.
Oh, 2 to Ian Kinsler. Kinsler has a base hit to right field. Herman to second. He'll stop there. And the base hits, well, they just keep coming for the Rangers tonight. That is 18 hits now in the game.
Now batting, number 21, Jeff Francoeur.
There's tomorrow's matchup. Derek Holland, Gio Gonzalez. No television for that one.
Have a nice day tomorrow.
I'm going to. They can drive around, do some errands, and listen to you guys.
That'd be a good day.
Hermida, nice running catch, spins around. Long throw to third is a little bit offline. Herman was going to make it anyway. Francoeur is retired. So first and third, 1 out. And that'll bring up Chris Davis.
Now batting.
Going to take Jack with you?
Sure
Run those errands?
Oh, yeah.
Is he still awake?
Nope. He better not be. He's driving his mother crazy if he's still awake. Davis, his first at bat was last inning. He singled and scored. It's a fastball from James for a strike. Lad's going to call it a night. Grab the lumber, head on down. Job well done tonight by Guerrero. 3 hits and 4 RBIs.
See what kind of food Mikey Thalblum has put out for tonight.
Get an early start, maybe.
No, that's not good. Yes, keep the plates covered.
A baseball?
Covered.
No.
Yeah, you don't want to start the spread before the game is over. Although I've seen guys do it.
You have?
Yeah.
That's not right.
It's an important time of the year for the clubhouse managers. So we've got 2 of the best, Mikey Thalblum, Steve Vucinich, and his crew on the visiting or the home side. But with the September call-ups, an increased roster, expanded roster, got to have more food.
Oh, no question.
Yeah, so you just can't have what's normal for 25 and the coaching staff. So imagine the Red Sox came in with 39 players.
11, Benji,
Rangers have a few also. They got more chairs down in the bullpen
They got
than
a
just
lot.
the normal seats. I will say,
Sometimes other people slide into the lunchroom too, right?
of course. Now Gus doesn't.
Non-playing personnel.
Gus doesn't. Gus stays outside the clubhouse and making sure that nobody enters that clubhouse unless properly identified with credentials.
Don't mess with Gus. He's our favorite.
And on the other side, you got Big Bruce. Don't want to mess with him. Those people going down diamond level have to pass by Bruce. Stay on the correct side of the rails going down the staircase.
Yep.
Then tomorrow and Sunday, Jimmy Clark will be in there cooking omelets
Uh-huh.
for Bruce and Brian Davis. They'll be here early too. So you should come out.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
I won't be surprised if I don't see it.
1-2 the count to Benji Molina, who is 2 for 3, single and a double. Got an RBI.
It's amazing what happens in a game. You pull within 1, trailing 2-0, 2-1, and all of a sudden explosion by the Rangers. It's from the 7th, 5, 3 in the 8th. Well, you come that close in this case, a 1-run game. You want to try to keep it there, and try to come back and win.
Well, maybe the one that hurt was when it was the A's got the run to make it 2-1, and then Francoeur leading off the 7th got that run immediately back, and that was the start of the ugly 7th inning when they scored 5 times. The bullpen is quiet for Texas Rangers. Orlando pitched the 8th inning. Looks like he will pitch the 9th as well. Good breaking ball. Molina strikes outside, retired. So we are headed to the bottom of the 9th. It's the Rangers 10 and the Athletics 3.
can't wait. And because by placing $150 per seat deposit on a 2011 ticket plan, you will receive an authentic A's jersey of the player of your choice. Just think about all those possibilities. There are a limited number of jerseys available for this promotion. Get more information online at OaklandAthletics.com or call 510-638-GO-A's. That'd be a nice way to start 2011 with your own player jersey of your choice. Get your picture on your opening game ticket. So many good things.
Well, it's Neftali Feliz who's coming in here in the 9th inning. Ogando, I thought would pitch tonight, but Feliz was down there warming up, and he comes in the game. So
needs some work.
Yep. Picked up a save on Wednesday. An easy 95, and Ellis swings and misses. 1-1 count. That's the rookie record that he's trying to set. So he's got a pretty good chance to get that. Davis knocks it down, bounces into foul territory, and Ellis is aboard.
3 at night for Ellie on the leadoff spot. Hope to get Rajay Davis back in the lineup soon. Mark Ellis filled in nicely last night. And tonight, a 3-hit night. Another ball that should have, or looked like it could have been caught. Mark Ellis giving another single. Just assumed it was going to be. Had to look on the board, though, to see the confirmation.
So here's Barton. So Mark Ellis with a 3-hit night. 30 hits in this game. 18 by Texas and 12 now by the Athletics. Derek Barton wants to join that hit parade. He is 0 for 3. A breaking ball there by Feliz. Feliz came to the Rangers in the trade. Mark Teixeira. The Rangers did good in that trade. You sent Teixeira to the Atlanta Braves. You traded a terrific player. You better get something back. They got a bunch of young players back. And they got the shortstop, Andrus, and Pedro Feliz, or Neftali Feliz. So that's 2 pretty good young players right there. They got a couple other players in that deal. But if you get a young everyday shortstop and a young closer, both extremely talented, both all-stars, you did good on a deal, even though you're trading a guy like Teixeira. Grounded to Kinsler. He'll spin, get the out at second base. So Derek Barton is aboard on the fielder's choice. So that's out number 1 here in the ninth. He's trailing 10-3.
Catcher, number 35, Landon Powell.
Well, this will be Landon Powell's first at bat.
Dick Callahan might wake up the neighbors.
Dick is into it.
It was loud, man. That was impressive. By the way, you know, this is BI's final game with us.
Is it really?
Yeah. So, thanks, BI. Great. He's a good man. Hard worker. Grady, you're with us Sunday, aren't you?
So Grady's back. BI's not.
Good crew.
Yeah.
Comcast Sportsnet California, of course, everybody in the truck and people up here and camera people. In high definition all season. It's been special.
Yeah, the crew, just like you and I, Ray, are winding it down as another season comes to an end. Still got a week left. We'll televise all the games on the road trip. 3 in Anaheim and then the 4 in Seattle. And Sunday's game here. Again, tomorrow is radio only. Nasty breaking ball, and Powell strikes out.
This game, if it continues, the A's lose, Magic number would be 2, so one more victory by the Rangers. The A's hope that does not happen the next 2. They'll have Gio tomorrow afternoon. Day baseball here at the Coliseum with Gio Gonzalez on the mound. And then Trevor Cahill. So a 14-game winner tomorrow, 17-game winner on Sunday. And try to send the Rangers out of town with the A's winning 3 of 4. But then next week, still a very good week because the A's will play the Angels 3 times starting Monday. And then the Mariners 4 times. So the A's can't overtake the Rangers. Second place, very important.
It'll be Cahill and Colby Lewis on Sunday. Cust swings at a pitch that was way inside. Benji Molina had everything he could do just to catch it.
And the one thing tomorrow, again, assuming this game is not won by the A's, the Rangers will have the beverages in the clubhouse.
You got to have it, right? It's got to be ready.
And it'll be there Sunday. And Mikey Thalbin will have to put up plastic if it's possible. He doesn't want to do that. So send him out of town.
Kinsler way out on the grass, throws out Jack Cust, and that's the ball game. Well, it was a good ball game until the 7th inning, and that's when the Rangers exploded. They scored 5 in the 7th. They scored 3 more in the 8th, and it's all Texas tonight. They win it by a final score of 10-3. So the Rangers' magic number is now 2 to clinch the AL's Western Division. Don't go away. A's Post Game Live with Damon Andrews and Shooty Babbitt starts right now.